I'm Stan Schutz. I'm with Eaton Religious Facilities. My brother Scott and I started in business back in 1987 together after we worked several years together as kids. But my main role here at Eaton Religious Facilities is I'm in charge of most of all the construction. I've done all the project management for the last several years, but any of the other project managers report to me as well. So I'm in charge of construction. With our customer, they're welcome on the job anytime, any place. We have bi-weekly meetings. We go over the schedule constantly. That's usually the first thing we talk about. So we always let them know where we're at, where we're going, what happened the past 2 weeks, what's going to happen the next 2 weeks, so that they're kind of aware of it. And if they see it happening, they're happy. If they don't see it happen, they always have a question why not. But again, we always try to keep them informed. And again, part of our our bi-weekly meetings is just letting them know what's happened and what's going to happen. The construction phase is really the most fun part of the whole project. There's a lot going on. You go out there, you can see your accomplishments every day, what's going up, how fast it's going up. The other part of the construction phase is there's a lot of problem solving that goes on, which that part of it I enjoy. A lot of planning that takes place. In order to make something happen out at the job site, there's a whole lot of planning that needs to go on, scheduling, coordination, etc. But during the construction phase, no matter how well you do during the design phase, there's always issues that come up. So those issues need to be addressed, and our success is measured by how well we achieve that goal. So again, it's a lot of fun. You work hard at it every day, and when you get done at the end of the day, you turn around and look up and you see what your accomplishments are. So from a construction standpoint, it's a lot of fun. The construction, as it starts, really initially there's a lot to do. There's a lot of coordination to do. Initially you build the schedule, then you line up all the subcontractors, the materials, etc., get them to buy into the schedule, and then coordinate it accordingly. Obviously the first thing you do is do your earthwork, get the earthwork done, start with your foundation, finish with the drywall, etc. But again, in order to make those things happen, there's time required. For the concrete guys, got to get his rebar ordered or whatever. Drywall contractor, casework contractor, all of those guys have lead time on their items. So my job initially is to get build the schedule, get the contracts out, and then start working with subcontractors, getting what we call their submittals done. Get those in, approved, so that when it comes time for their product to be on the job, it can be on the job. HVAC equipment is one of those things that has long lead time. So right away, we got to get those submittals in, approved, equipment ordered, so that when the building's up and ready for the equipment will be there. So again, there's a lot that really goes into it, and that's the challenge of the construction side of it. You just don't start construction one day and go to Lowe's and pick up a bunch of stuff and start slapping it together. All these projects are unique in their own way, so all that equipment needs to be scheduled, ordered, sequenced, etc. Because the other side of it, you don't want it there too early. Something sitting in the parking lot for a month before it's installed is not a good thing either. So again, a lot of coordination, a lot of moving parts. Everything that you do affects probably 5 or 6 different trades. So coordinating, organizing is very, very important. Really, again, hopefully you see a nice, smooth flow of work items. Again, starting with the foundation, turning to where we hand you the keys. Every day there's something going on, some sort of sequence, following the schedule that we produce, leads from one item to the next. So again, it's just important that you as the owner would see a nice, smooth sequence. You don't have a rush one week and then nothing going on the next. And that's part of that early project planning that goes on, making sure that schedule's set up, equipment set up, all the different parts and pieces are lined up so that you have a nice, smooth flow of work from start to finish. And again, we monitor that on a daily basis. Like I said, every day there's something that comes up that kind of can throw a wrench into your plans. That's the good thing about construction is there's several ways to solve a problem. It's not just one thing, that there's only one solution to every problem. It's not. With construction, there's several solutions to a problem. And with our staff, we've got a lot of people involved. We've got over 100 years of experience, probably. Hate to mention that I'm that old, but anyway, there's a lot of experience come back, sit around the table, say, hey, this is what I've got, this is what I'm facing, how do we solve the problem? And it's amazing, go out to the job, start talking about it, and sooner or later we come up with the solution, the right solution. But again, there's other ways of dealing with things, and that's the rewarding part of the business, is to be able to deal with those problems every day, solve them, and move forward, accomplish the goals of being on time and within the budget. Any job coming out of the ground, it's hard to do it any quicker than 6 months, just from that submittal type process. A lot of times the construction could actually be quicker than that, but if the job requires submittals, approvals, those kind of things, those will take a month or two, and then it takes another month or two to get the product. So just to get that sequence built, it's hard to do anything in less than 5 or 6 months. But there's a lot of jobs that will run from the 6 months to 9 month time frame. We built several of our churches in 8, 9, 10 months. A couple $1 million worth of work. So again, that's typical for that. Now our tenant finish work, that's very easy. Those could be done in 30 days. A lot of those projects, the building's up, it's a white box. All we have to do is do the interior finishes or put on a piece of equipment, order some lights. Those projects can move quite fast.